with the long old held dogma that stuttering is an incurable condition, something we must simply learn to live with. It's crucial to challenge these outdated beliefs. Stuttering is not a life sentence, but rather a habit, one that can be addressed and transformed. It has nothing to do with genetics, brain matter, neurological conditions, etc. Just as we can unlearn detrimental habits and adopt beneficial ones, so too can we reframe our approach to stuttering. By understanding stuttering as merely a habit, we empower ourselves to take actionable steps toward change. The journey involves recognizing the pattern of behavior, employing mindfulness and relaxation techniques, practicing new speech patterns, reinforcing positive progress, and seeking support from those who have walked this path before us. Each of these steps plays a crucial role in reshaping how we interact with our speech. Remember, the road to fluency is not about achieving the cure, but about gradually altering the patterns that have been established over time. It's about progress, not perfection, and embracing a mindset that change is possible. With determination, the right tools, and a supportive community like WSSA, we can move beyond the constraints of stuttering and work towards a future where our speech is a source of confidence rather than a barrier.
Wonderful, wonderful speech, Danny. And this topic is the most important topic, I personally think, because you talked about mental memory image bank, and that's where all our stuttering memory sits, right? And the process through which the stuttering memory sits in a MMIB is called memory tracing.
What
So
an amazing speech, brother. You really blew me away. Every time that I hear you speak, your speech is even better than before. I mean, that's truly amazing. Truly, man. I mean, your thoughts, the way that you spoke was absolutely poetic. And I'm glad to know you and call you my friend. Good job, my man.
Likewise, I greatly appreciate that. And if anything, man, your voice is better than mine because you just have this stoic presence about you. And, every time that you talk, I'm the one that's always in awestruck. And for everybody here, if you have not watched this man's Stop Stuttering speech that he gave at SAM on August 10th, please, again, go into the Stop Stutter app and watch that because it is by far the most motivational and inspirational Stop Stuttering story that I've ever heard and seen in my life.
One of your auto suggestions that you mentioned during your last SAM talk was, I trust my mind to choose my words and not plan them. I believe those were the exact words.
Yep.
I must say that affirmation has really helped me. That specific affirmation always puts me in a great mind space, in a great overall headspace. So thanks for that.
Thanks for that amazing talk. It was great. I think that message that stuttering is a habit is actually the one thing that stuck out to me when you recommended me Lee's book on Reddit in a message, because it just immediately makes sense to me. I feel like, yeah, you mentioned it right at the start with that dogma being pushed by, yeah, sadly still with like the National Stuttering Association and all the big stuttering associations are pushing like that message that there is no cure, which I feel like is counterproductive if you know that it's all about the mind, and if you know about neuroplasticity, I think pushing that is actually destructive and actually does stutterers a disservice. So I would like to ask you, I don't know if you have an answer for that, but yeah, I mean, since I've joined this program, it's helped me so much, and I feel like more people should know about it. So what do you think it would take for these big associations to kind of rethink what they're putting out? And that's
Well,
it.
that's definitely a good question, and I wish that I had a clear answer for you. I guess the only thing that I can say is that, we at WSSA, we just have to continue doing what we're doing. And again, if all these big organizations can just do their due diligence and just check out, the website or even now the app and just see like the most full-blown severe stutterer just turning into the most eloquent, beautiful speaker in a room, and then they would know that, this program works. And more importantly, how stuttering, is curable, even though, again, I hate using that word. But again, stuttering is something that can be overcome, and I can't think of a better program or organization to do it with than World Stop Stuttering Association. So hopefully in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever amount of years it takes, this organization will be more known and just help all 70 to 80 million PWS all across the globe.
Any incredible speech.
Yes, sir.
I really quickly just wanted to make a comment about why certain stuttering organizations don't want to listen to what's going on here. This is just a theory. I don't know if this is true or not, but my theory is reason why they don't want to acknowledge us and this program is because of dogma, of stuttering dogma. And once people have an idea about something like this, for example, it becomes set in stone. And it takes a long time to change minds. And a perfect example of that would be the fact that for thousands of years, we thought that the earth was flat. I believe it was Pythagoras that theorized that the earth was indeed round, but it wasn't until like, I don't know, hundreds of years later when Magellan made his voyage that it was in fact confirmed that the earth was round. And I think it's just going to take a long time to change that. And also, the other thing is there's money involved. Like if we have a cure, they can't sell their services anymore, right? So I think it kind of just boils down to money and politics, really, like everything else in the world.
With habits, when we continue to do it, with time, we link our habits with certain situations, certain people. So, for example, some people stutter more with authority figures, for example. So I just wanted to say you can use mind training to break those links, For example, if you are comfortable with speaking with authority figures, it's not needed to say in your mind training, I love to speak to authority figure, because you already do that. So it's better to use the mind training to break the links with those things that you don't do and with those things that you stutter more at this time. I just wanted to say that. That's my first point. The second one is, since we are talking about habits, when you stop using it, you lose it. It's the same with fluency. So when you stop stuttering and then you stop doing your mind training, you stop reading aloud, you stop using your speech plan, maybe it will take some time, but you will go back to where you started. For example, you talked about brushing your mouth, your teeth, So it's not like you say, okay, now I know how to do it, so I won't do it anymore, So you have to keep doing the mind training, the reading aloud, using your speech plan.
Well said. And then also, I just want to add more quickly, as I was making reference earlier, through, seeing all these therapy sessions and literally watching a transformation of a severe stutterer turn into the most beautiful, eloquent, fluent speaker in a room. Fatoumata from Morocco does all of that. And you will literally see her go from a very fast word repeater into the way that she's talking now, which most importantly is beautifully and eloquently. And I definitely look forward to your next Sam Talk because, again, your content and delivery is always pinpoint. So thank you.
Coach Lee, it is a big honor to see you. I've watched a lot of your YouTube videos and also Danny too. I loved your speech. So I want to ask, I just trust that I'm in this process. How do I trust that, okay, I'm gonna do all these things I'm required to do, and then I'm gonna become the best speaker I could possibly do. So how do I just trust in all these processes?
We are here as a live example and proof for you to trust. So yeah, we have also been in your shoes and I've stuttered a lot. Like, you know, in 2016, if you see the way I speak, you will literally think that, you know, I'm a moderate to severe stutterer. I used to dread guys. And you know, now most of my students are guys.
We are 99.9% identical. We are so close to identical, it's ridiculous. Kabir, all you gotta be is, I tell this, look, I've got 13 grandchildren. You're probably the age of one of some of them.
Yeah, I'm 19.
I tell all my grandchildren, look, it's not that hard to have a good life. You got to do several basic things. And the first one is you've got to do your best at everything you do. I don't care if you're a brain surgeon or a street sweeper, you've got to do the best you can do. You got to be as close to number one of your capabilities doing that thing. If you don't like what you do, change it. But as long as you're doing it, whatever it is you're doing, Kabir, do it your best. And when you do, guess what? You can hold your head up, and you will. You will hold it up. Your opinion of yourself is what matters, not the opinion of other people. You can't control them. You can control your opinion of yourself, but you're only going to have as good an opinion as you believe you deserve. And when you exert your best efforts, you know what's going to happen, Kabir? You're going to be among the best people you know at what you do. That's what you're going to do. You may be the best you know, but you're going to definitely be among the best when you do your best. And that's a reason to hold your head up. And the second thing I tell my grandchildren, I'm telling you right now, you got to be, you and I and everybody here needs to be as loving as we can be. And that's very hard to do because it means thinking about other people. But the more loving you and I are, the better we're going to think of ourselves. And the last thing we've got to do is mind training. We've got to program our minds. Kabir, almost every week, I quote in all of my books, I've written 8 stuttering related books, and all of them in the front have a dedication to you, Kabir, the reader. And what does it say? It's a quote from a psychiatrist. It's not my words. The most important words in all my books are not my words. They're the words of psychiatrist Frank S. Caprio. And what did he say? Most of you know what I'm going to say. We have free choice to accept or reject thoughts. Nothing compels us to think anything except our own desires. So use your mental switch, flick, and dictate your thoughts. Believe that you can improve, and you will.